Mohit, yes, can you please confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so I guess we can start with the session. For beginning, just wait a minute. Yeah, so hello everyone. It's excited to be here with you all. I know we cannot interact much with audio video, but yeah, sure. This is an intro talk. I hope this will clear a lot of your doubts which you had regarding NSS and its stuff, events, initiatives, and the recruitment procedure and all it. But before that, I would like to say, like, in case you face any issue here on WebEx, you can use this link which I have, and I guess it's Mohit. Yeah, if I have sent on the chat box to watch it on YouTube. If your friends are facing any issue, you can ask them. You can send them this link. And if anyone of you wants to, you can say ask questions. You can ask using chat box here. Or I would suggest use Q&A panel, or else you can use the YouTube link as well. We will take the questions from there as well. So, and you can ask questions, you can put your questions during the session itself. I will take up all those questions at the end. In case you have submitted the Google form, please don't ask these questions again. I will address those questions as well. And yeah, hopefully we will have a good session. And at the end of the session, if anybody wants to like ask question in person, you can raise your hand, or you can private message. I will give you the access of unmuting yourself, and if possible, I can give access of turning on your video so that we can interact. Yes, so let's start with this session. Okay. Let me start the recording as well. Yeah. Yes, the meeting is being recorded. And I guess there is someone with the voice issue. So can you confirm it again? Yes, Arjun Mohit, in case I'm not
Yeah,
audible.
you are audible. Your voice is clear.
Okay, so this, if you're facing any voice issue, it might be at your end, it might be a problem at Cisco WebEx point as well. You can use YouTube in case you face any issue here. No worries on that. You can ask questions there as well. I will access the YouTube chat box as well later on. So yeah, just let me screen to start intro talk without wasting much of the time. Okay, so let me present. Invisible?
Not yet.
Okay, so I'll just wait. When it's become visible to you.
Yeah, now it's visible. You can go to the present mode.
Yeah, I have just presented the slide. So it's in the present mode itself. Might be, maybe.
No, it is visible in normal mode.
Okay, so just wait a minute. Let me change my network. So. So just let me know. Let me know if it's become visible in the present model. So we'll start with the
Yeah,
normal mode itself.
now it is visible in present mode only.
Okay. So yeah, welcome you all to the intro talk of 2020-2021 session of National Service Scheme, Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee. I know it's a bit late, the normal years, normal times, and in a different way as well. Like we used to have it in person, on campus, but now it's in not in person and off campus and virtually. It's difficult for us, it's difficult for you as well. But yes, like we are bounded, we have no other option to instead to go virtually. So yeah, starting with what about NSS. So like what is NSS? It's an Indian government-sponsored public service program, as like mentioned, which is conducted by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports of the Government of India. And its major motive, or why it is there, its major motive is to inculcate the social welfare, the values of social service in students, and to provide it to the society without any bias, without any discrimination. So volunteers, they work hard to provide enhanced standard of living and life of dignity to those who are underprivileged, to those who are needy, to those who require our help. And how we do it, the range of services, the work which we do, the activities we do, they vary very greatly. There you can say a lot of initiatives like talk about education to the underprivileged students, spreading awareness regarding various campaigns, organizing different events, spreading awareness not only in person but also online in social media, organizing blood donation camps, first aid camps, health checkup camps, organizing our main social festival, National Social Summit. So these are different activities that we talk about in the you can say next few slides as well. And for organizing such activities, we have divided. NSS is being divided into 6 major and diverse verticals. Again, which I will talk about in a minute. Our motto and belief. So what's our motto? Our motto is not for me, but for the nation. It's like very clear from the sentence or from the wording itself. We don't work for ourselves, but work for the development of the nation. And our all activities, they have just one thing in common. That is, it should be in the betterment of the society. It should be in the betterment of the nation's development. And we believe this quote from Helen Keller. This actually inspires us a lot. That alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. That is, sitting alone we won't be able to create such a big impact, but working together, working in, you can say, small groups, discussions, and organizing different events, we can do a lot. And that's what like we believe in. And using this belief, we are working towards fulfilling our motto. So let's talk about the major initiatives which this NSS team has taken in the past academic session and in the current session as well. So starting with the first, it's Udbhav Shiksha Ke Nayi Mang. This initiative was launched with the aim to highlight the importance of extracurricular activities in the life of students. We all come from, like many students who are from urban areas, they have access to better facilities in their schools and their, you can say, houses as well, in their homes as well. But still, there are many students in our country which don't have access to such facilities. Even like they can only get access to the academic exposure or academic life, but they have lack access to the extracurricular activities, and that's what this initiative was focused upon, to help those students. We organize different competitions like painting competitions, dance competition, music competition, poem speaking competition, so as to just let them know, like to provide them academic education in a more interactive way. We started with the CBRE government schools in Feb 2019, and within a year we expand ourselves to 11 nearby government schools under this initiative. So, like as I mentioned, we organized a drawing competition last year in the month of September and October on the theme of Swachhta Hi Seva. And in that competition, 5,000 students they participated, and out of which 2,000 female students were there under this initiative. Next, coming up to the National Social Summit, which I talk about. Like the National Social Summit is a platform through an event provided by NSS IIT Roorkee. It's a resolution to come together and propose solutions to the country's socio-economic problems. If someone is having an audio issue, I would recommend that you can connect your computer audio to the Cisco WebEx. In case still it's not possible, you can still shift to the YouTube. link is there in the chat box itself. So national social media is a you can say event which is providing a platform to the NSS chapters of different IITs, other institutions, NGOs to discuss and collaborate for to solve different problems which are important for the nation's development. A part of this National Social Summit organizes different events, that is case studies, hackathon, guest lectures, workshops, work presentation, MUN, business action plan, Nukkad Natak, and it's an annual social festival which is organized by NSS team. And coming to for this 2021 edition, this is scheduled to be organized on March 27 and 28 in 2021 with a theme envisioning better healthcare evolution. We think there is no much, you can say, an issue which is of utmost importance than healthcare at this point of time. And moreover, if you just go and check our social media pages, the social media page of National Social Summit, you will find the logo colors, and that would be different for previous editions. But for this edition, we have modified our logo with different colors as a tribute to the Corona warriors, healthcare workers, policemen, doctor, nurses, medical staff, and everyone else who has contributed to, you can say, make our stay in these testing times comfortable. So now coming to the 31st National Road Safety Week, like in collaboration with India Road Safety Campaign team of IIT Roorkee, we have celebrated this 31st National Road Safety Week from January 11 to January 17 this year only. Before the through youth. So the main focus was to make people aware about this road safety and how it's like an important issue. Like it's not related to healthcare, but still it's really an important issue in our society. And these were different events organized: stage play, tree of remembrance, walkathon, pledge for road safety, and the picture which you're seeing, it's from a walkathon event, a traffic safety workshop, first aid workshop, etc. These are few glimpses, like tree of remembrance, then it's first aid workshop, then it's like walkathon event and school competitions. These kind of events organized as part of this week. The Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, all of you might be aware of it. It's a program, it's an initiative launched at the central level by the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2014. So we took up that as an initiative to spread the message of the importance of cleanliness. As a part of this, we organize different events like cleanliness drives, school competitions, stage plays, such type surveys on very regular basis. Although this has been halted, this has been, you can say, disturbed by this pandemic, but still we are trying our best to convey this message of Swachhta using online modes. These are few glimpses for those events like Ganga Cleanliness Drive and stage play, app surveys, etc. Coming to the next initiative, ASRA, Changing Lives Through Donation. So under this initiative, actually collect the what's so-called waste items like old clothes, old books, blankets, newspapers, even you can some sort of medicines which are not expired, quite obviously, from the residential quarters of IIT Roorkee, be it like faculty areas or student hostels or married hostels. So we collected this material, segregate them into different sections, and go for a distribution of these materials to the underprivileged people or needy people of these in the nearby areas of our campus. And recently we have conducted a clothes distribution drive on the occasion of Guru Nanak Jayanti. That is on November 30th, like just like 10-12 days back. These are again the few glimpses of the recently conducted clothes distribution drive. And like I would just like to mention that while conducting all these events, we follow necessary precautions. So don't think like if you will go to some drives, if you came on campus and you go for some these kind of events, this will be like without any precautions. We follow these precautions. DG Seva, this is a recently launched initiative with the aim of providing a free and digital education to the underprivileged students, because when schools are shut down, colleges have been shut down, we can't go to our college, students can't go to their schools, and moreover, generally the students would come to IIT campus for getting their education from the NSS volunteers, but still they even can't come right now since volunteers are not there, and this, you can say, traveling is being suspended. To provide them access to the uninterrupted education, we have collaborated with an NGO called CLT India and launched this initiative just around 2 months back. So we're still working on it. And hopefully, if many of you join this, you can say NSS and we work on this initiative as well. So these are like major initiatives to just discuss. Now we talk about major events. Events such as like not just like one-time activity which can happen on a regular basis. Initiatives, they are long-term activities. The first major event is the blood donation camp. So we organize this blood donation camp in campus premises at regular intervals, mainly twice a year. Twice an year, I mean twice an academic session. Even during COVID-19, we organized the blood donation camp on June 3rd to provide blood to COVID-19 patients. So you can just imagine what was the situation at that time in June when lockdown took place. Restrictions are lifted, but to very little extent. Even at those testing times, NSS team it organizes this camp. So this shows the dedication and the enthusiasm among the NSS volunteers and the team. Food distribution drive. I hope all of you might have heard the name of Khalsa. It's like voluntary organization, a social organization who works for the welfare of the people, especially in disaster management. So we organized a couple of food distribution drives in collaboration with them in Feb 2019 and Feb 2020. And hopefully, if everything goes right with this pandemic, we will be conducting a drive again in the 2021 as well. Competitions, this has been like a regular activity for NSS to conduct different competitions like poem, essay, painting competitions, especially on the days of different occasions like Women Equality Day, Hindi Divas, National Education Day, Independence Day. Now upcoming is the Happy New Year or Merry Christmas, and then there is a Republic Day. We are looking forward to organize these competitions on those days as well. But yeah, these competitions are not for the entertainment sake. We also give cash prizes to the best entries, like a couple of entries you can see. One for the Independence Day, another was for the, you can say, how you envision the India. Festival celebrations, again, it's an important aspect of NSS team. Like there are different festivals like Holi, Diwali, Dussehra. We go outside the campus in some areas and celebrated these festivals with the people there. And recently, this is the glimpses of the Diwali celebrations with the people of slum areas. Recently, like Diwali was in November 2020. So, World Mental Health Day 2020, this was a very important event. We organized this with the collaboration of Wellness Center. We organized different webinars, quiz competitions, workshops, interactive sessions as a part of our contribution towards increasing the awareness regarding mental health. Mental health is really an important issue, we all know, especially in current times. So this was our efforts towards contributing towards the betterment of this situation. World Antimicrobial Awareness Week 2020, this is actually designated by World Health Organization to celebrate this week in the month of November every year to organize events as a part of increasing awareness level about antimicrobial resistance. Why it's important, antimicrobial resistance is really an important issue right now since we are already in the middle of a pandemic, COVID-19. And if we don't take proper steps towards antimicrobial resistance, we might land in another pandemic as well, just like a few years down the line. So in collaboration with the IGM team of IIT Roorkee, we organize different events like webinars, quiz competition, post-knowledge competition, sessions in the schools. And you can see the different glimpses of these webinars and these competitions as well here. So now, coming to like all these initiatives, all these activities, how are they being organized? That we have seen. What we organize, that we have seen, like how we do that. We use with a very efficient organization structure out there. We have 6 diverse verticals, as I mentioned: education, off-campus, central events, NGO and relations, live works, and administration. Each vertical has its own set of tasks. They complete their set of tasks, and we reach the final outcome when we combine their efforts and get the final result. Hierarchy structure. I would just like to mention that this hierarchy structure will surely follow. Like there's a faculty advisor and there's a nurse secretary, which is the overall student head, a 4th year student, joint secretaries. Each vertical has a corresponding joint secretary, just like vertical leader, a 3rd year student. Cell secretaries, every vertical is different cells. And the leader of the cell is called cell secretary. So there is under each vertical, we have a different cell. So there's again a 3rd year student. From 2nd year, we have deputy cell secretaries and executives, and the 1st year is called given the designation of volunteer. So, especially to you all, since you are in 1st year, so don't think you are in the lowest strata of this structure that you are at the bottom. That's not the case. All of us at NSS, they are volunteers. These positions, they have just been made to give them an extra responsibility, because someone should be responsible for making decisions related to a particular organization, particular events as well. So kindly don't consider yourself at the bottom. In case you come up with a different ideas, exciting ideas, I won't be having any problem to recognize you with the higher position of responsibility than the volunteer. So everybody is a volunteer. These positions, they have been just made as a, you can say, cause of some giving some responsibilities to different students, different volunteers itself. So we talk about different cells. Like under education vertical, we have 4 different cells: exam education JEE, which focus on providing education, adequate learning material for JEE competition among the underprivileged students. Exam education Navodaya, which provide quality education to the school students for Jawahar, Rajiv, Navodaya entrance examinations. We also help students in filling the forms. For MBA education, we provide free classes to underprivileged students from classes 6 to 10th to ensure the proper tracking through assignments and tests. Rural transformation for education is RTE. So it's basically we organize regular visits to schools by our volunteers to interact with the underprivileged students, the students out there. And as I mentioned before, like under the Udbhav Shiksha Umang initiative, this cell works under that initiative. Talking about off-campus vertical, we have 4 different cells again here as well. Women empowerment, as the name suggests, we're focusing on empowerment of the women through different workshops and health checkup camps. We organize different events like webinars and podcasts of various influential women. Awareness drives on testing issues like healthcare, education, illness. This is a work of awareness cell. But spreading the message of private and public cleanliness and hygiene amongst all under the theme Swachhta Hi Seva. Central events vertical has 3 different cells. Events itself, which involves brainstorming and ideation for organizing social events, getting in collaboration with the institutions, organizations, especially for organizing different events like guest lectures and other events which are part of National Social Summit. Sponsorship and relations. I saw one question like, how do you raise the funds for these events? This is answer that the sponsorship cell is involved in that to raise the funds for various central events, especially the National Social Summit, and to get in touch with different companies and to strengthen our relations with those companies and form, funding. Marketing and promotions, we strengthen the marketing aspect of National Social Summit, not only summit but also different NSS events as well, like blood donation camp and World Mental Health Day, World Antimicrobial Awareness Week, I just mentioned before. So their purpose, as the name suggests, is to market and to promote the events of NSS and National Social Summit. NGO relations, we mainly focus on 2 different verticals here, like road safety. Road safety, as I mentioned, celebrated National Road Safety Week. So we strengthen our relation with the NGOs and the organizations working towards road safety. And PW and other welfare, work on the different sectional sites like PWD and temporary workers of campus, collaborating with the NGOs which are working for the same. Coming to the allied work. Allied work says, you can say, 5 different cells. Editorial cell, which is to create awareness through their articles, through their writing skills, content writing, documentation of all the events is there. All the focus on NSS page and NSS Social Summit, the captions and everything is being handled by editorial cell. Design cell is basically focused on designing their website, designing posters, and what their focus is to impart social message through graphics. Web and app development, they are focused on developing the site and maintaining the site of NSS and National Social Summit. And like talking about app development, we will be pursuing mobile app development as well for both NSS and National Social Summit. Photography and videography, they are 2 different cells because of 2 different purposes, but still they have combined them up in just one because the main focus is the same, to cover NSS events and to impart the messages through audio, video, and visual way. Administration is a vertical where we take very less number of volunteers because we don't require much volunteers there as well. especially in administration cell handling financial matters of NSS. And in operations, we do take few volunteers because we need to arrange the logistics for all the events, and we can say ensure that they are organized in a very smooth manner. Why NSS? This is a very typical question which I would like to answer. Why to be part of NSS IIT Roorkee? It gives you a platform to direct your efforts towards betterment society. We see many people saying like, I want to contribute to the society. Particularly J, like society has given me a lot, people have helped me a lot, so I want to give it back to the society. But how? So this actually provides a platform to help those people to help in the society. It's the largest student body providing complete new dimension to IIT Roorkee. IIT Roorkee stands for Indian Institute of Technology. Its name itself as technology and one of the finest technical institutes. But as a part of NSS, we provide a new dimension to the college, to the institute in terms of social service and social development. Becoming part of several projects focused on social upliftment. I talk about the different initiatives, Shiksha Kanai, DG Seva, and other initiatives. These are not only initiatives, but projects for us. And students who work well in these initiatives or projects, we even, you can say, recognize them with the certificates, which you can use in the resume or CV or in your later life whenever you go to other places as well. Be socially aware and active of current social issues. Yeah, that's very important because being a part of this organization will be quite active of these issues which you're facing right now. Like healthcare is a major issue, so being a part of NSS would actually help you to keep being updated about these issues and contributing to social development independent of your interest. What does it mean? Like many people become like, I don't want to teach the students, but teach the children, but I want to contribute in different ways. So NSS provides you an ample amount of ways, a lot of ways which you can contribute to the social development. In case you are interested in, you can say, technical stuff like web development, app development, or photography, or videography, or design, we have Lightworks for you. In case you want to contribute to the education sector, educating the children, we have education for you. Want to just go outside the campus, interact with different persons, know their opinion, we have off-campus vertical for you. In case you want to develop your skills in event management, event organization, or contacting with the NGOs, the companies, we have central events and NGO relations for you. And last, if you just want to be part of like handling the finance or administrative stuff of the organization, we have administration vertical for you. So there are different verticals, different cells you can be a part of. There are different ways you can contribute to social development, and that is independent of your interest. Whichever interest you are having, we will surely accommodate you. In case your interest does not lie in our domain right now, worth enough, I will be ready to create a new cell for you as well. There's no issue in that. Development of interpersonal skills, obviously communication skills will be developed once you interact with different, you can say, any vertical you have to interact with different people. In case your interaction skills, communication skills are not developed right now, they will be developed along the way while you're being part of NSS team. And work on spreading positive message across masses. That's really important. Like at the end of 4 years, if someone asks like, okay, what did you do for yourself, you can say, I can do my degree. What did you do for the society? What you would answer? And I guess this is the last point that actually works better there. You work on spreading positive messages regarding importance of cleanliness, messages regarding importance of mental health, antimicrobial resistance, and a lot of different issues. And I would just like to share an inspiring story of a person named Rahul Kumar Sunil. He was a batch 2020 student, that is from 2016 to 2020. He's been a part of NSS team during his 4-year stay at IIT Roorkee and served as a general secretary during the previous academic session. So the inspiring part is he's a son of migrant laborer from Bihar and has led to NSS to new heights with various important innovations and initiatives. For his work, he has been awarded several awards like Manoj Jain Award, Harshvardhan Award, and President of India, Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma Gold Medal Award. And right now, he will be his PhD in United States of America. So why I'm sharing this story with you? This is really important because in case many students, they feel like underconfident, they feel like shy, they feel like I can't succeed, I don't have interaction skills, I don't know English. That's really important. I don't know English, I can speak Hindi well, but not English. So this is an inspiration for you, especially and at NSS, we welcome everyone. I can't say about other groups, but for NSS, even if you just need to have dedication, you just need to have enthusiasm, and we will welcome everyone. That's why even in the mail it was mentioned that even if you're a part of NCC and NSO, but you want to contribute yourself in social upliftment, social betterment, you can be a part of NSS. We welcome everyone warmly with open arms, and we will work together towards your personal development as well, apart from the social development of the society. Now coming to the final, I guess maybe the final is recruitment procedure, because many of you actually ask this question, like how will you be recruited, how you can join NSS. So this will just answer all our queries there. For education service, we have no set process like interviews and assignments. First come first served basis is generally followed till the requirement is fulfilled. In exceptional cases, we can look into this as well, and we encourage students from rural areas or Hindi medium schools to join these cells. Now, don't get me wrong here. I am not saying the students from these areas or these schools they are not worth enough for other cells. You can join based on your interest. Why I am recommending this is the reason that many of the students which come to us for their education or getting the education are from Hindi medium schools. So we need the students who have studied in these schools to help them. That's what the reason. And being a part of rural areas, you might we can say maybe better aware of the situation, of the circumstances, of the mental aptitude, mental thinking of these students. And I guess you can help them in a better way. But please don't get me wrong that I am not saying that these students from rural areas or Hindi medium schools, they can only join education. It's a recommendation, not a, you can say, order, or not a, you can say strict, you can say a rule. You can join other cells as well. That's your wish, but I would recommend you to join education, because I guess you can, work in a better way, contribute in a better way through these cells. For off-campus, we don't have any set process like interviews. You will be just asked to submit your ideas or views as an assignment, which will play an important role in your recruitment to these cells. And don't think like if you just give a hi-fi ID and you get recruited, that you will be just safe. If you become part of off-campus, we will ask you to justify your ideas and work towards those ideas only. Central events, vertical, the assignments will be given which needs to be solved, and the shortlisted candidates based on the assignments will be called for interviews, and then the process will follow. For NGO relations, a questionnaire will be sent to interested students who conduct the interviews. There will be no shortlisting for NGO relations. You will simply send your questionnaire. You will need to solve the questionnaire, and the questionnaire will help us in assessing you better apart from the interview process. Allied works, a basic level assignments will be given and required to be solved. Shortlisted candidates will be called for interviews, and for administration, as I already mentioned, we take very limited students, and these two we basically work on first come first served basis. Steps for recruitment, this is very important. After this session, by today or tomorrow, we will send you a mail having a Google form which you will need to fill, mentioning your details and your interests in a priority order. You will also be mailed the assignments corresponding to different cells, which I mentioned before, like central events for NGO relations and for allied works. With instructions of submission, do follow those instructions very strictly. If you don't follow them, the assignments might not be considered, and you might not be considered for recruitment to those cells as well. The deadline of submission of the form and the assignments both would be December 20th, 2020. Interview and further processes will be conducted till December 27th. And yeah, final list of volunteers along with the allotted cell will be released on January 1, 2021. That is on Happy New Year wishes. We don't want to release the list in 2020, so we will do it in 2021. And all these dates are tentative and subject to change. And important information is like all the mails, like mailing your assignments, mailing your doubts, mailing your queries, anything should be done using your institute G Suite email ID. Don't use your Gmail, Yahoo, its Outlook email IDs. Kindly don't use those. Use your institute G Suite Gmail ID, because that helps us a lot in, you can say, answering your queries as well. Effective NSS. These are like a few points on my side towards effective system. First is think tank. We invite innovative ideas for better working of NSS. As I mentioned before, don't think you are a volunteer under the lowest strata, lowest section of the organization. That's not true. You can give your ideas, and in case your ideas are worth enough, we will surely work towards your ideas, work towards your thought processes, and get your, you can say, an initiative done. And maybe you can be a drop initiative as well. That's not an issue. Maybe if you come up with a very innovative idea, we can surely have a new initiative and even a new cell for that initiative in NSS. That's not an issue for me. A feedback system. We will be introducing a feedback system to improve our performance in initiatives and projects. Regular feedbacks will be taken from you guys. And in case we don't take any feedback, you can surely send us mail anytime, and maybe send us a mail to me personally anytime. A volunteer ID, everybody will be given a unique ID made to track your performance, contribution, to fill your details in the NSS database, so that maybe 5 years or 10 years down the line, if you come back, or you just, you can say, ask the NSS team at that time, they would be able to, you can say, retrieve all your details through your volunteer ID. And prizes and incentives. We will introduce the prizes and incentives for the students, so like for best performer of the month or best initiative leader of the semesters, dedicated volunteers. This is on-team prize and incentives. So these are the effective methodologies which I think we will be adopting for effective NSS. In case, again, as I mentioned, you have any idea, you have any viewpoint, you can surely contact me at my personal email ID or at NSS official email ID, which I will just be mentioning a bit. NSS goals for development. This year we are focusing antimicrobial resistance awareness is a topmost goal, because as I mentioned, we are already in the middle of pandemic, and in case we are not able to curb AMR or antimicrobial resistance down, we might land in another pandemic as well very soon. Healthcare initiatives based on cancer, HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis awareness, social entrepreneurship, women empowerment, environmental welfare, free and quality education, and skill development. These are our goals of development, NGD, NSS goals for development. Collaborations and media coverage. We have been fortunate to get collaborated with various different and highly professional and influential NGOs. Media coverage, our work, you can say, is covered by media, different media outlets. Both Shiksha and Ayumang, this was being covered by these outlets. And for 31st National Road Safety Week, for National Social Summit, we get our work covered. And at last, I would say, I would like to value your support and everyone's support till now in building a prosperous India and nation's development. Thank you very much. I know I was a little bit faster, but I think I've tried to cover nearly everything what was there for you guys to know. And thank you. Lastly, about me, I am Harshit Singh Garoda, General Secretary, NSS IIT Roorkee. You can contact me on my personal ID, gs.nssiitr@gmail.com. I would recommend you to contact me on this ID only, not use the official NSS IITR ID to communicate, because that's kept for official purposes, to contact with different organizations, different NGOs, to communicate with you through official channels, to communicate with the administration. So you can kindly contact me at my email ID. If you want to connect me over WhatsApp or call, these are my numbers. You can contact me over these numbers as well. And lastly, one thing which we expect from our volunteers to be active on social media and to like our pages and to share posts as well. So this is the links of the NSS page and social summary page, and don't worry about these links and all this stuff. We will share this PDF, this presentation with you in the mail itself. So now, any questions you have, I will be happy to take those questions. And yeah.
Okay, Harkira, there are a few questions in the chat box.
Okay, just let me check.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Try
just
to answer.
yeah. Okay. First is from Prabhjot saying that if I join NSS, can I still join sports club, or is it necessary to join NSO for that? I guess this question is better suited for the NSO team. We can't answer on their behalf. But as I mentioned in the mail itself, if you're not a part of NSS but still you want to contribute, we welcome everyone with open arms, warmly. For sports club, how to join NSS. I guess I'm not sure. It's better if you can just ask them on your own, or like maybe you can just mail them, or you can just call the sports office on their contact number. From Rashi Singh, we have what are verticals. Verticals are nothing but just divisions which we have in NSS, so that every vertical work is independent of each other, like education, off-campus, central events, NGO relations, administration, allied works. It's just for a better organization. Like in our governments as well, we have a central government, we have different ministries, which ministry work on different aspects, and similarly, each vertical works on aspect here. What if we get selected from Akshay Singh? What if we get selected in NSO after registering in NSS? Can we withdraw from NSS then? As I mentioned, if you can get selected in NSO after registering in NSS, you can withdraw, but please make sure to let us know. We'll be sending our official list to the administration in case there is any, you can say, discrepancy there, then I won't be, or NSS won't be responsible for that. In case you are selected for NSO, it's your responsibility to inform us through email, through contact. I have shared my contact with you. You can inform me through those contacts or through email as well. And don't use Facebook page for communication, please. How many Deepak Sarang? How many total students are selected for NSS in the first year? There is no limit as such. Anyone wants to come, they can come. No issues on that. We already have a lot of initiatives planned out. We will be looking to your opinions as well. So I would say the more the merrier. If we have more volunteers, we can work on more initiatives for that. So there is no limit. If don't worry just about the limit, like we will take top 200, top 300. If we find more and more people influential, enthusiastic, determined for work in social service, we will take them. If I join NSS, can I still join sports club organizations? IS is answered already. Deepak Sarang, okay. Sir, if you want to try for NSO but don't got selected, can we join NSS later? That's what I'm recommending. You can start registration in NSS. In case you want to go for NSO later on, just let us know and withdraw yourself from NSS. So can we join the group in second year, like first in NSS, then in NSO or NSS, and we go vice versa? This is a question for our second year. I would recommend to complete your first year first. Then you can think of joining the group in second year. Just worry about your first year right now. If you want to try for NSO, I don't think you can try for NSO right now. They majorly take trials, and I'm not sure what process they will follow right now. But again, I guess this question is repeated, so you can join NSS later. But again, I would recommend to start this registration process of NSS, and in case you get selected, you can withdraw later. Is it difficult to get into NSS? By Nitya Tyagi, I don't think so. It's not difficult. Yeah, as I mentioned, if you have determination, enthusiasm, we will surely take you into the group. They go on this NSS. Like it's not difficult. You just need that you must be proactive for social development. That's what we require. And I guess you all are. Just lack the what we call the efforts, just lack the enthusiasm. All of you want to work with social development. I understand, but still. Can you just please explain different types of volunteers in NSS again? Volunteers are volunteers. There is no different type or no different categories of volunteers. There is a different division and different cells. Don't get me wrong. Again, like you all are volunteers. Everybody is a volunteer. Yes, there is no different types as such. If I talk about, and there are different verticals, different divisions, which I have already mentioned before. From where we can get the registration form, it will be mailed to you, as I mentioned. So what if we want to leave NSS later? Let us know if you want to withdraw from NSS later, but that should not happen, I think. In case there are any issues later on, so we won't be responsible for that. I am already saying that. Is it compulsory to is it compulsory to join any one of the following NCC, NSS, or NSO? Yes, it's compulsory. That's what it's like these proficiencies are for. You're in first year. Can we take simultaneously NSS and NSS? Yes, I have told you, like if you, even if you're not part of an NSS, like you're part of NCC or NSO, you can still be a part of NSS. You can contribute your bit. That's not an issue. You officially will be a part of only one, but if you want to work in both of them, you can get registered in NSS stuff, and then you can join us as well for the contribution. I missed large parts of network issues. If you have missed large parts, I would request you to go to the, I will share the recording, and maybe we can just go to the YouTube link as well to just get a view of this. What kind of assignments will be asked by you? Like basic level assignments, not too much, not sure like J, not even the JE questions, but just with basic level. Just again, test your enthusiasm, test your skills, nothing else. We don't want you to solve the whole assignments. Like I've in a design cell, if you ask to design a poster, it does not mean you design the whole poster to us, like a Merry Christmas poster. That's not the case. We don't expect from you, and we don't even want you to do that. We just need a basic understanding of your thought process. That's it. Do we have to remember for entire 4 years? Yeah, only 1 year. I would recommend you can remember for 4 years. You can contribute, no issues. But yeah, for first year, I think it's compulsory. If you want to continue later on, as I already mentioned, worry for the first year only. Year by year, you can move ahead. Don't just think about all the 4 years right now. Can be interchanged in verticals at any point of time in the course of 4 years? Yes, you can interchange, but again, this depends on the situation, the cell or the vertical which you are leaving, the cell or the vertical which you are going to. This depends upon their situation as well. And in case you want to have a shift, just let me know through the mail. And finally, if we just talk about this, depends on situation as already mentioned. We will see it later on. Don't just worry about these things right now. If you want to change the vertical, change these things. Do we have to remember? Okay, can we interchange? Okay. If I leave NSS for NSO and then I can't get selected for NSO, so if you're not getting selected for NSO, why would you leave NSS for NSO? First thing. But yeah, we don't worry much about all these processes you're talking about, like NSO doesn't select me. If you want to join NSS, you can just contact us. But yeah, it should not be too late. Like still we are taking December 20th is the deadline. I think NSO will conduct its procedure before that itself. So still you can fill the form and complete the assignments. What kind of interview is there? You don't need to worry much about that. We will take this interview process again just to know basic understanding, basic knowledge, and just basic and introductory session with you personally. And don't think in those terms which the senior batch or second year might have taken the introductory session. That's not the case. We're just a very formal and basic introductory session. How much time per week do I have to devote for NSS and what timing I have to devote? That's really an interesting question. Generally, we believe that it's up to you how much time you want to devote to NSS. 5 to 6 hours, I guess it's nearly required for your devotion to NSS. Why so? Because Monday to Friday you have your weekday classes. So let's suppose half a day, half an hour for that. Saturday, Sunday, it's a weekend, so 1 hour. So this is a minimum requirement. So we have 4.5 hours a week. So like 5 or 6 hours, I guess, might be sufficient. Sometimes in the week you don't have to work at all, but sometimes in the week you have to work for 10 hours. That varies. So it's not a perfect answer to this question. It's an interesting question, but no perfect answer to this. It just depends on your caliber, your devotion, and how much you want to contribute. If you contribute less, we will see to it. If you contribute more, we are already more than happy for that. Do we get monetary benefits? Social service does not come with monetary benefits. And I guess any campus does not come with monetary benefits. What activities are there in off-campus? That was shown in the recruitment process slide. Activities there are 4. Environment awareness, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and Prakriti. It's quite clear from the name itself what kind of activities they do. Awareness and works on awareness part. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan works on Swachhta, awareness, and women empowerment works for the empowerment of women through various events, and Prakriti works for the rural transformation, transforming the rural life through different initiatives like employment generation and all that stuff. If I don't join, okay, if I don't join NSS for NSO and then I calculate for the NSO, you are confusing a lot for NSS and NSO and NSCC. NSS registration is over. You can go with NSO registration and NSS simultaneously. If you get selected for NSO and don't want to join NSS, you can withdraw from the process later on. But let me know, let NSS official ID know that through your email, through contact. If there is any discrepancy later on, there is any issue later on, NSS or me personally won't be responsible for that. It's your responsibility. I'm making it very clear to let us know in case from NSS. Your name will be sent to Dean of Students Welfare as a proper list, like this person is in NSS. If there is a discrepancy, your name is being repeated in both the proficiencies, we won't be responsible for the future consequences which would be there. It's your responsibility. Let us know. Can I join any of you from second year onwards? I would say it's don't worry about that. It's second year. Just worry about the first year right now. So I guess this is the end of questions. Is there any other question which I need to answer? Yes.
No, there's just one question which I'm answering in the Q&A section. Yeah, there's one more. Can we join more than one options in recruitment, like both off-campus and NGO relations?
There are some, I guess, some questions in Q&A section. Let me check that first.
Yeah, that I have answered.
Okay. Just okay. Okay, perfect. If there is any unanswered, you can just let me know in the chat box. What kind of interviews are there? I guess I have answered it already. Which question you were mentioning, Yash? Can you please repeat?
Yeah. Can we join more than one options in recruitment, like both off-campus and NGO relations?
Yes, I will. The Google Forms will be giving you. You can fill out your priorities. You can fill only 3 priorities. If 3 can be any. It's not like education or it's not NGO relations. You can fill any of them. We will not ask you to fill your priority for verticals, but for cells which you want to be a part of. So yes, you can have a priorities like for education, for NGO, even for central events. You can have 3 different priorities coming from 3 different verticals, and then being selected for the one which are and you can say priority and your priority matches. So yeah.
And yeah, one more thing to add, you will be a part of one cell at a time only, but you can contribute to other cells as well. There's one more question. Do we get credits after first year?
Do we get credits after first year? It's a non-credited course right now. There are no credits for it. But yeah, we can surely give you recognition for whatsoever work you are doing. Yeah, it's a non-credited course. We will be giving you remarks for this. It's a course, but a non-credited course. So, does NSS IIT works only in Roorkee or in more areas? Roorkee basically work in stuff of education or off campus, but like majority of our work is also on more and more areas as well. Like we talk about National Social Summit, it's for not only Roorkee but all over India. Even for the social media, we don't have only followers from Roorkee, we have followers from other places as well. So yeah, we like it's not in Roorkee, but we work for that's what our motto is, not for me but for the nation. We work for the whole nation, not for just one city. Major focus is Roorkee, no doubt, but we try to work for every other place as well. What kind of assignments will be given in the web development cell? You will get to know today or tomorrow. Don't worry about that. We'll have a fully fledged week to solve those assignments and then submit it back. Any other question?
Yeah. Can we withdraw after registering in NSS?
That's what I have already mentioned a lot of times before. If you want to withdraw, let us know. We will remove your name. But what would be the future consequences of that withdrawal? I am not sure. It's the matter with the administration, what actions they take. But please, if you want to withdraw, let us know. Just don't get out of NSS without letting us know. Your name would be here. At the end of the session, we'll be sending your remarks to the administration. And then at that point of time, if you say, okay, I was not a part of NSS, then that you can see would be a lot of issues for us as well. So please, if you want to withdraw, you can, but let us know. Is there limited series in web development cell? Not such. As I mentioned, if we find a lot of people quite influential, we can take all of them. But yeah, there might be a limit. Now you can't say 50 people in web development cell because we don't need 50 people. If our requirement is let's suppose 20, we can advance scope of 25 or 30, but not till 50. So requirement won't get doubled at least. What if attendance is poor in NSS, then what will happen? What will happen is a poor remarks, and that's the academic office to decide what will happen. Like, but don't think negative like attendance is poor. Just work well and have a good attendance. Why are you worrying about attendance right now? Will you send an email including the verticals as well? As I made some of them mentioned in the slides, network issues. Yes, I guess yes is already answered. We will attach the PDF along with the form, so you don't need to worry about that. We will be sending you the PDF of this presentation. We'll be sending you to the Google Form link, which you need to fill by 20th December. We will send you the link of all the assignments with their submission instructions. How do you need to submit those assignments? As well in today's mail itself. By today or by tomorrow, the mail will be in your mailbox. So you can check. And in case some exceptional circumstances arises, we will mail you on Monday. But surely, in case we mail on Monday, we will be taking care of the deadlines which we need to give you. So don't worry about that. Like if you mail on Monday and there is one day lost for you, we can schedule deadline 21 as well. So don't worry about that. From where we will have to do the assignments, that depends on the assignment itself. For web development, you might need to do some coding. For design, we will do some design. So it depends. And how can we volunteer for NSS in online mode? That's again an interesting question. So education, for which we have already launched an online education initiative that you know, DG Seva. For off campus, for central events, you are going to organize online events. We're planning them out, especially for National Social Summit. That would be in online mode in March 2021. Talking about Allied Works, their work is mainly on social media, so we don't need to worry about that. And other verticals as well, we are planning them out and we're working on that as well in online mode. So you don't need to worry much about that. Once you become part of the team, we will be also taking your opinions as well in efficient working in online mode. Can I apply to more than one assignment? I guess we already answered that yes, you can apply. It's up to you. You will be asked to fill 3 priorities. You can have 3 different cells coming from 3 different verticals in those 3 priorities, and you can apply for more than one assignment. No issues on that. You can maybe go for ready to real design, web and submit assignments for all these 3. No issues on that. It's up to you. Any other question we have?
Yeah, I guess we have answered all the questions in the chat box and Q&A section.
In case there is any question which you feel is still unanswered, feel free to ask. Chat box is there, Q&A panel is there. In case you want to be innovative, YouTube chat box is also there. You can ask those questions there. I will wait for 2 more minutes. It's 2:38. I will wait till 2:40, and in case we don't have any other question, we will just end this meeting.
There are 2 more questions. How projects and other things will happen in online semester? And yeah, you can answer that first.
Okay, just wait a minute. Can we still be a part of developing area if we don't know any of them? I'm not sure. I guess. Aman Gupta, I'm not getting a question that way. We can maybe modify the language bit. Then I can answer in a better way. Is there any facility to improve our weak subjects? I'm not sure about which subjects you're talking about. So please be sure about that. Please be, you can say, open about that as well. How projects and other things will happen in online exam? as you already mentioned, the projects and the things like initiatives, uh, using your, you can say, different facilities you have at your home through laptop, internet. But still, don't get me wrong again. We are still, you can say, we have worked out different ideas wherein if even if you have lack of access to your laptops or temporary access to your laptops, like you can just do it for a few hours a day or through internet, we have planned something out. So for education, we will be using majorly like WhatsApp mode, or this DigiSave initiative is there. For off-campus, again, webinars and online events like poster, quiz, even some case study events we can organize through National Social Summit platform as well. And as I mentioned, LiveWorks, their work is totally online. So, and again, for NGO, you need to contact NGOs, companies through emails. That itself is an online work. You don't need to worry, you don't come to campus for that. You don't need off-campus facilities for that. For cleanliness drives, for food distribution drives, they are being halted, they're being disturbed, they are being, you can say, temporarily blocked. But yeah, it's a situation which we need to be in, and it's a demand of the circumstances. From where we have to read for the assignment will be sent to you. You will have to solve in case you will have any questions, any doubts. We will give you the contact on which you can actually mail or you can call the person, concerned person about the assignment. What is Allied Works? Allied Works is a vertical which focus on which work which does not lie in any of the domain. Its major focus on the handling social media stuff. Are there any prerequisites? As I mentioned, kindly please solve the assignment first, and then we will look into it. There are, as I mentioned, there are no prerequisite. We don't expect from you, and we don't even ask you for giving us a full solution in those assignments. So first kindly solve the assignment, then we will look into it. Um, Okay, there is one question. I am from small village, so will you give me a suggestion me on how to help children of my village through social media? You can help children of a village not only through social media, through other things as well. Ask them to get registered with us through DigiSeva initiative. You can help us in that. We are still looking to collaborate with different NGOs. We are in contact with a particular NGO which works on rural development through their online classes, online sessions on communication skills, improving the communication skills, improving the logical skills, logical aptitude, mental ability, and all that stuff. So we will be working on that. You can ask children of your villages to attend those sessions through online media, through online means. Google Meet is there, WebEx is there, Microsoft Teams is there. We will prefer Google Meets for that. So that way, guys, you can help children of your village. And since you're talking about online, so internet is like a requirement for that. There is no other alternative for that. As we are new to coding stuff, if everyone join web development cell, what to do for doing the assignments? Kindly let the assignments come to you first, then you can decide. I'm not saying we'll do coding for the assignments, but let the assignments come, and then you can just discuss with the concerned person, the secretary of web development cell or the joint secretary of Allied Works. There is Mohish Sharma is there in the meeting itself. You can discuss with him later on. So wait for the assignments. Don't be just too super excited to solve them. Any other question you have? You guys have, you can just ask. Again, it's 2:43. Again, 2 minutes to 2:45. If there is no other question, we will end the session.
Okay, so since
So
there are no
yeah,
other questions, we can wrap up.
yeah. So in case you have any queries later on, maybe some people are feeling shy or some people were not able to attend the lectures right now or this session right now due to their lectures. You can let me know your queries at the email ID gs@nssIIT@gmail.com. I'm again recommending kindly not to mail at official ID. That's generally kept for official purposes, communication with the administration or you official channels. You can mail me on this ID. I will surely get back to you as soon as possible with your answers. And someone who people are there who feel shy to ask questions in these chat boxes, you can just let me know through your mails as well. And in case you have any feedback, any ideas, we surely appreciate that. So yeah, thank you everyone for being a part of this session. It was nice for me to present you the session and answering your queries. So if you have any further queries, you can mail me. And yeah, hopefully to see you all as being a part of NSS team in future. So yeah, thank you. Bye bye.